Alrighty folks, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. You see where we're at? Well, it's a little empty today because the weather is terrible, but we are here at Maryland International Raceway and we're gonna get some testing and tuning done no matter how bad this weather is. All right, folks, I know I don't do this very often, but I'm on my phone. I forgot my GoPros at home, let alone its DA is 3,000, freaking 132 grains, 60 some percent humidity. Look, there's nobody out here. You can see behind me. There's literally nobody out here. I'm the only stupid one to be out here running with this crazy weather. But we're letting the car cool down now. See the fans. She's cooling down. We're gonna chill out for about an hour. Forgot my GoPros, so you're gonna have to go with me on the phone, and we'll just have to work through maybe the draggy, and then I'll just come back to the pit and do a wrap up after each run. I'm only looking to probably get 2, maybe 3 runs in. Like I said, nobody's here, so I got as much time as I want to cool down the car and do what we need to do. So stay tuned, folks. Racing is coming.
Round 1.
All right, folks, here we go. First round. We're going up against All-Star right here. Here we go. All right, hopefully I don't get demonetized because the freaking music's blaring, but hey, that was a pretty good run for Shake and Bake, boy. So we got a 153 60 foot, 649 to the 8th at 109, 1009 at 135.9. We'll call it 136. So, and we saw about 19 pounds of boost at the end of the run. She was running at the shift 17, 18 pounds of boost all the way up until the end, and we hit 19. Woo-wee! Watch out, watch out when good weather comes, folks. That good weather comes, 9.7 easy. Easy 9.7, I think. If not fast, and that's not changing anything. That's leaving everything as is. So, you guys will have to let me know if you like this wrap up better or you like the wrap up better in the car. Because I can give you the DA. The DA is 87 degrees, 66% humidity, 130 grains, 2,862 DA. So that's worse DA than last weekend. A worse 60 foot. And we got a better ET. So that's telling you something right there. The car is making power. The car is ready to run. The car, Shake and Bake wants to roll, boys. She wants to roll. All right, we're gonna take a time out, let Shake and Bake rest for about an hour, go back up for another run a little bit later.
The next day.
All right, folks, I'm doing two outros. Two outros with the same outfit. Y'all probably saw me in the last video with the same outfit, but it ain't no big deal. But here we are. We got 2 runs in, and it was worse weather than it was last week. The DA was worse, the grains were worse. It was a pretty bad day. One thing we did do though is that first run we used a metric butt ton of ice. I used 28 pounds of ice to cool everything down in the back. And the AITs, they still went up there a little bit. They started off at like 80 something, and I think at the end of the run they were like 110, 111, somewhere around in there, maybe a little less. But so knowing now how much ice I need to keep my AITs down, that's going to be significant. So starts make me think about icy chiller, which maybe I should have went with to begin with, but that's a whole different story. We'll think about that. We'll do some comparisons about that later. But for now, we're stuck with the ice box. We ain't changing anything there. So the ice tank works 100%. The Hellcat throttle body works 100% because y'all seen that first run 10-0 at, I'll call it 136. And 2800 DA, 128, 130, I think it was. I can't remember off the top of my head. Grains, humidity was like 60%, something like that. So that also goes to show that percentage humidity and grains aren't reciprocal of each other. You can have a lower humidity, 60-some%, and have a whole lot of grains, 130, 128, 130, or you could have 60% humidity and you can have 50, 60 grains. Just all depends on the weather. But anyway, that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of the video is like, look, we ran a 10-0 in terrible weather, and at the end of the run, at the shifts, we were 17.5, close to 18 pounds of boost at the shifts. And at the end of that run, we actually hit 19 pounds of boost. So if that's any indication of the terrible grains and hitting 19 pounds of boost on the back end of what the current setup of Shake and Bake is capable of doing, I would argue the car is capable 9.6, 9.7, give or take, and really good weather. We're gonna find out in November. We're not gonna pull it down. We're gonna leave the same setup it is. We still got some tweaking to do. We got some track tweaking we need to do, which shows in that second run. So that second run, I'm not really sure what happened. We literally popped into 19 pounds of boost and went deep into the rev limiter. We were up over 7,000 RPMs, and that's the rev limiter. I think that's where we got the rev limiter set, 7,000, and that's what happened there. So several things could have happened. I don't think I spun. Possibility. Transmission could have slipped. Possibility. I got Dave looking at the logs. We'll see what he says, see if we need to change anything. I do got to get my AFR gauge fixed. I think the sensor's gone bad, so I got another sensor. I'm going to get that in this week. Hopefully that clears up the air-fuel ratio stuff, and I can get air-fuel ratio back to Dave, because that is instrumental in getting the tune correct and making sure the car is safe, is the AFR. So, yeah, had a great first run. Second run, not so great. But that first run really proves what Shake and Bake is now capable of in the right situation. You know, if we're almost running a 9, super close to a 9, in terrible weather, wait till November. it's gonna get crazy, folks. It's gonna get crazy. But that's gonna do it for this one. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. If you're stopping in for the first time, please check out the rest of the channel. If you like what's going on with the rest of the channel, do me them few things: like, subscribe, smash the bell, shoot me a comment, share it on your social media. I'll definitely appreciate it. Shake and Bake will definitely appreciate it, because every red penny from YouTube goes right back into Shake and Bake. That's it for this one, folks. Till next time, adios.